What if I told you that marriage, one of the oldest human traditions, is on life support? In fact, marriage rates are plummeting across the world, especially among young people. But why? Why are Gen Z and Millennials turning their backs on something that their parents and grandparents considered the cornerstone of life? In this video, we're going to uncover the 3 biggest reasons why young people are saying no to marriage. And trust me, these reasons might surprise you. Let's start with a big one: the myth of everlasting love. For centuries, marriage was sold as a lifelong commitment until death do us part. But for young people today, this ideal feels less realistic than ever. Divorce rates have skyrocketed in the last 50 years, with around 40 to 50% of marriages in the United States ending in divorce. This harsh reality challenges the idea of forever. But if forever feels unrealistic, what's taking its place? For many young people, it's financial independence. Let's dive into the first reason: how economic realities are reshaping priorities and pushing marriage further down the list. For many Millennials and Gen Z, economic and social shifts have completely redefined their priorities. Unlike previous generations, they're entering adulthood during times of financial instability. Student loan debt in the US has reached a staggering $1.7 trillion, and the cost of living has skyrocketed. As a result, many young people are delaying marriage or avoiding it altogether to focus on financial security. A recent survey by The Knot found that nearly 60% of millennials cite financial concerns as the primary reason they're putting off marriage. Why spend thousands of dollars on a wedding when you're struggling to pay rent? Let's look at the numbers. A survey by Bankrate revealed that 56% of young adults believe achieving financial stability is a higher priority than marriage. Between student loan debt, skyrocketing housing costs, and job market competition, many feel that marriage is a luxury they simply can't afford. Careers have also taken center stage. Young people are investing their time and energy into building careers and achieving personal success, delaying marriage for years, or avoiding it altogether. Women, in particular, are leading this trend, with 70% of women aged 18 to 34 saying they would rather focus on their careers before considering marriage. As financial independence becomes a key goal, marriage no longer serves as a means of security or survival. Instead, young people view financial freedom as a way to gain control over their lives without the risks and constraints of a traditional marriage. Beyond finances, there's also a cultural shift. Millennials are more likely to prioritize careers, travel, and personal growth over traditional milestones like marriage and children. This generation grew up seeing their parents' struggles with divorce or financial pressures, making them more cautious about committing to something that doesn't seem essential to their happiness. Another major factor reshaping marriage is the shift in gender roles. For centuries, marriage was built on strict traditional gender expectations. Men worked, women stayed home. But that's no longer the case. Today, women are more educated and financially independent than ever before. In fact, women now make up nearly 60% of college graduates in the United States. This independence means women no longer need marriage for economic stability or social validation. A study by the National Bureau of Economic Research revealed that financial independence has led to a decline in marriage rates, as women are choosing to prioritize their careers and self-fulfillment instead. For men, the changes are equally profound. Traditional masculinity, which emphasized being the sole provider, is fading. Many men now value equal partnerships, but this can clash with outdated societal expectations about what marriage should look like. As gender roles become more fluid, the very foundations of marriage are being questioned. With changing gender roles redefining relationships, it's time to look at the third reason: technology and the rise of swipe culture. Dating apps and social media have stepped in to reshape love itself, turning relationships into something that often feels more like a game than a lifelong commitment. Platforms like Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge have made meeting people easier than ever. But here's the catch: the endless stream of potential matches has created a paradox of choice. A Pew Research Center study found that nearly 50% of adults aged 18 to 29 have used dating apps, but the sheer number of options leaves people hesitant to commit, always wondering if there's someone better just one swipe away. Social media only amplifies this effect. Instagram and TikTok showcase idealized, filtered relationships that seem perfect and effortless. This unrealistic portrayal makes long-term relationships feel less attainable. Instead of investing in marriage, many people opt for casual, short-term connections that offer instant gratification. If social media creates unrealistic expectations of love, it's no surprise that real-life examples often disappoint, especially when it comes to celebrities. For decades, they were seen as living fairy tale romances. But today, the public watches these relationships fall apart in real time. And it's changing how people view marriage. High-profile breakups like Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, or even icons like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie dominate headlines. These aren't just relationships, they're cultural events that remind us, even the perfect couple can fall apart. A study by YouGov found that 60% of millennials say public celebrity divorces make them question whether true love can last at all. Social media amplifies the impact. News of celebrity splits spreads like wildfire, with gossip blogs and Instagram feeds flooded with updates and speculation. Young people see the reality behind the curtain. Wealth, fame, and beauty can't guarantee a happy marriage. If perfect people can't make it work, what hope is there for the rest of us? This constant exposure to broken fairy tales reinforces skepticism. Marriage is no longer seen as a magical happily ever after, but as a fragile and risky institution. So, will marriage go extinct? With everything we've discussed, changing gender roles, financial independence, technology, and broken fairy tales, it's clear that marriage is evolving, but it's not disappearing. Instead, its meaning is being redefined for a new generation. Research by the National Marriage Project shows that while fewer people are getting married, those who do are doing so later in life, often after achieving financial stability and personal growth. Marriage isn't dying. It's becoming more intentional. For many, it's no longer an expectation, but a choice. The concept of family is also shifting. Cohabitation, long-term partnerships without marriage, and even solo living are on the rise. Future families might not fit the traditional mold, but that doesn't mean they're any less valid. Love, partnership, and connection are simply taking new forms. So, will marriage survive the modern world? Perhaps, but only as something chosen deliberately, not forced by tradition. What do you think? Is marriage still relevant? Or is it time to redefine what love and family mean? Let us know in the comments below. But here's something else to think about. What comes next? If marriage is changing, how are new generations approaching the idea of having children? Check out my other video where we dive into why the future of family might look very different. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.